Welcome to the He's Got Issues Marvel Comics edition number 151.1. I'm John Cooney here to preview new Marvel Comics being released December 10th, 2014, beginning alphabetically with All New Ultimates number 11. There's a new crime empress in town, Ecstasy's her name, and she'll finish the job even Galactus couldn't, kill the Ultimates. Who's got the team's back? Perhaps a private squad made up of renegade cops calling themselves Terror Inc.? It's eye for an eye when the Ultimates reach bone-crunching heights in their battle with Taskmaster, plus the return of Crossbones. Next, we've got Amazing Spider-Man number 11, Spider-Verse Part 3, Amazing Spider-Man vs. Superior Spider-Man. The Spider Army doesn't have time for this squabbling as the Inheritors tighten their noose. We've also got Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1, Spider-Verse Too Intense for you? Jump back to 616 for 2 super special Spider-Man stories. Rising star Sean Ryan and Brandon Peterson bring you a story that will have everyone talking. Jay Nitz and Marvel newcomer Ron Salas bring you a backup story featuring a fan-favorite supporting cast member. Next, we have Amazing X-Men number 14, Axis tie-in. As the events of Axis reach a boiling point, both X-Men and Avengers find themselves in precarious positions, not the least of which are Nightcrawler and Mystique, as this tumultuous mother-son combo reaches a point in their relationship they've never faced before. We've also got Avengers number 39, in 5 months, time runs out. Next, we have Avengers and X-Men Axis number 7 of 9, Act 2, The New World Disorder. This is it, the battle royale of your dreams, the astonishing Avengers versus the Uncanny X-Men for the fate of New York. We've also got Avengers World number 16, Axis tie-in. The Avengers team you never expected explodes into action in the Availables Part 2, The Wrath of the Scarlet Witch Unleashed, Dr. Doom's heroic gambit, will he be redeemed? Next, we have Axis Carnage number 3 of 3, Axis tie-in. Carnage has given up villainy with his newfound change in Axis, but that doesn't mean that he's not on the most wanted list, and Carnage has to worry about Sin Eater too. Next, we have Deadpool's Art of War number 3 of 4. You think you know war? Deadpool doesn't, Deadpool doesn't think you know war. Not that Deadpool doesn't know war, because he does know war. That's sort of the point. He's teaching you about war in this series. Sorry for the confusion. Next, we have Death of Wolverine, the Logan Legacy number 6 of 7. In the wake of the death of Wolverine, Mystique must come to grips with everything she's done in a lifetime of crime and the destiny laid out before her. We've also got George Romero's Empire of the Dead Act 2 number 4 of 5, continuing the legendary George Romero's undead epic. Welcome back to New York City years after a world-changing undead plague, and now outside forces are knocking on Manhattan's walls. What is more chilling to Barnum, the fact that she loves someone else, or the bite mark on her wrist? Are the roaming flesh-eaters growing smarter every day? Can the ruling bloodsuckers maintain their grip on power? Will the Southern militia pillage the greatest city in the world? Next, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Annual number 1. Most days in space aren't exactly what you'd call normal, but everything seemed to be status quo today. That is, until S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier showed up out of nowhere in space. Sometimes you have to go outside of your jurisdiction to take care of business, but this might be stretching it a bit. We've also got Nightcrawler number 9, bamfing to the aid of a friend in need. Nightcrawler finds himself in over his head when he runs afoul of the Shadow King, and things go from bad to worse when the X-Men fall under the Shadow King's sway. Next, we have Punisher number 13. What does it take to be a Highland Commando? Have the Highland Commandos gone a step too far? And what will Frank do once they've crossed that line? We've also got Rocket Raccoon number 6. Rocket and Groot are the 2 best friends that anybody ever had, and they're also amazing at killing really big alien things and saving the galaxy. Next, we have Spider-Man and the X-Men number 1. Meet the Jean Grey Academy's new guidance counselor, Spider-Man. What's a non-mutant doing at the School for Mutants? What secret suspicion has fueled the formulation of his special student class? And because you demanded it, Sauron and Stegron, the Dinosaur Man, the villain team 65 million years in the making. You didn't demand it? Well, somebody did. We've also got Spider-Verse Team-Up number 2 of 3, Spider-Verse tie-in. Miles Morales and Ultimate Spider-Man from the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon team up. Gwen Stacy, Spider-Woman, goes to a universe to recruit a Peter Parker who never got over her death. Next, we have Thor number 3. Lifting the enchanted hammer, Mjolnir is transformed a mysterious woman into an all-new version of the mighty Thor. But what happens when she's separated from the hammer? Plus frost giants, Roxxon, and oh yeah, whatever happened to that guy who used to carry the hammer? We've also got Uncanny X-Men Annual Number 1, The Secret Life of Ava Bell Part 1. Part 1 of the epic two-part tale of the time-manipulating mutant Ava Bell's greatest secret. Losing control of her powers, Ava disappeared during a training exercise in Tabula Rasa. Reappearing shortly thereafter, she seemed older and far more weathered, but refused to offer an explanation. But where did her powers take her? Or maybe the better question is when? And what could she have endured to cause her to keep her story secret from her fellow X-Men? Next, we have X-Force number 13, The Fate of Hope Summers is revealed. Phantom X takes on each and every one of the world's secret intelligence agencies, and on the outs with the rest of his team, Cable hatches one last scheme. And we've got X-Men number 22, Exogenesis Conclusion. Arrow executive producer Mark Guggenheim wraps up his run on this critically acclaimed arc of X-Men. Time is running out as the X-Men race to save the Earth from the alien monstrosities that have emerged from the depths of space. But will Rachel Gray forsake her teammates to get revenge on those responsible for the death of her family? Out in trades this week, we've got Marvel Masterworks, The Mighty Thor Volume 13 hardcover. Prepare to behold one of the greatest sagas in the annals of Asgard when the mighty Thor teams up with Hercules. It's page after page of boasts, battles, and broken bones as the two titans fight their way into Pluto's underworld to save the lovely Krista. And that's not all we have in store for you. Thor, Sif, Baldur's journey across the cosmos to stop the mysterious Black Stars from destroying the Regilian homeworld, the unstoppable destroyer returns, Galactus Herald Firelord makes his debut, and the origin of Ego, the living planet, is revealed. With scripts by Jerry Conway and art by the incomparable John Buscema, there's no doubt their Marvel Masterworks of the highest order. Collecting Thor number 217 to 228 and Marvel Treasury Edition number 3. Next, we have Mighty Avengers Volume 3, Original Sin, Not Your Father's Avengers trade paperback. Original Sin tie-in, Dr. Adam Brashear, Super Scientist. James Lucas, Cop on the Edge. Kalu, Master of Black Magic. Constance Molina, Two-Fisted Reporter. The Bear, Explosives Expert and Werewoman. Blade, the Vampire Slayer. In 1972, they banded together to fight what couldn't be fought alone as the Mighty Avengers. Discover startling secrets of the 70s as Luke Cage confronts his father to learn the truth about the Avengers that time forgot. One horrible night in 1972, unspeakable evil slouched towards Manhattan, opposed only by the Mighty Avengers, and in the present day, history is repeating itself. But this time, had the Mighty Avengers already failed? The moon is full, the sacrifice is ready, and the Deathwalkers are about to eradicate humanity. Can the Mighty Avengers learn from the past, or is Earth already lost? Collecting Mighty Avengers number 11 through 14. We've also got Savage Hulk Volume 1, The Man Within trade paperback. Alan Davis writes and draws a blockbuster story pitting the classic Silver Age Hulk against the X-Men. Learn the startling secret of Professor Xavier's connection to Bruce Banner. While Hulk and the Abomination have the clash of the century, Xavier puts his plan into motion. But is he trying to save Banner or terminate the Hulk, or both? And Xavier isn't the only one with far-reaching plans as the leader makes his presence known. With the Hulk trapped in an unbelievable place and the X-Men under lock and key, who or what is the newest gamma-powered Goliath? It's robots, mutants, and Hulks, oh my. Plus a blast from the Silver Age past, the Hulk's first encounter with the X-Men from the swingin' 60s. Collect Savage Hulk number 1 through 4 and X-Men number 66. And we've got Wolverine Epic Collection Volume 1, Madripoor Nights trade paperback. He's the best there is at what he does, but what he does isn't very nice. And now Wolverine has broken out of the X-Men and into his own solo series. Feeling the urge to cut loose, Wolverine travels to Madripoor, an East Indian island full of pirates, cutthroats, and, just the way Logan likes it, there he'll take on ruthless crime lord Roche, meet the cunning Tiger, wield the mystical Black Blade, battle superhuman enforcers Roughhouse and Bloodsport, and contend with drug kingpin Nguyen Ngoc Koi and his niece, the former New Mutant known as Karma. Plus the Hulk comes to town, a formative battle with Sabretooth is revealed, and Wolverine hunts for the Gehenna Stone, guest starring Jessica Drew, aka Spider-Woman. Collecting Wolverine number 1 through 16 and material from Marvel Comics Presents 1 through 10 and Marvel Age Annual number 4. Alright, so that's it for Marvel this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the DC and Indies videos for this week, as well as my featured video with the usual roundup of all my favorites for the week, with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.